Hey everybody, it's Miss Guy. Welcome to Unit 3, the third and final unit of Soc 210. Session 12 is the first session within our Unit 3, and it kicks off with the topic of race and ethnicity. So you will find when you dive into the Pearson-Revel text this week that chapter 12 discusses race and ethnicity and defines race as inherited physical characteristics, but defines ethnicity as distinctive cultural characteristics. So a lot of times in present day, we use the term race and ethnicity interchangeably, but in sociology, we discuss those very differently because one is physical and one is cultural. And that is explained very thoroughly in chapter 12. I want to draw your attention to a piece of chapter 12. It's a down-to-earth sociology entitled, Can a Plane Ride Change Your Race? And this is a fascinating little caveat to read that explains and shows and demonstrates how race is looked at so differently in every single country around the globe. So this particular story highlights the differences in Brazil versus in the United States and how we look at categorizing people's race differently. So I hope you enjoy exploring chapter 12. You will do that through reading the chapter and completing the quizzes 12.1 through 12.6 and the final wrapping up chapter 12 quiz. When you get done with reading and completing those chapter quizzes, you will go into the race and ethnicity journal. Oh, let me back up. Sorry. I do want to bring about your attention that there is a video linked in session 12 called Race, Ethnicity, Nationality, and Jelly Beans. And so even before you jump into reading and completing the quizzes for chapter 12, spend the 2 minutes and watch that video. That is a great explanation of how sociology categorizes those three particular terms. Sometimes, like I said, we tend to use them interchangeably in our social world, but they are very different in the subject of sociology. So spend some time, 2 minutes, watching that jelly bean video, and that kind of separates for you what race is, what ethnicity is, what nationality is. All right, so once you've watched the jelly bean video and you've completed the quizzes, you're going to do the race and ethnicity journal. The journal here is asking you to watch a crash course video and then answer these 3 questions. You should be experts now on knowing how to format and do journal assignments, so I'm not going to spend time here demonstrating to you how to do that. However, I just want to bring your attention to the fact that these are 3 specific reflection questions. You are explaining the term race and the term ethnicity in your own words after watching the video. And then you are going to give certain examples of those terms within the society that you live. And then just a thought-provoking question, something very similar that we did with the sex and gender topic is there a benefit to categorizing or labeling oneself or others by race and or ethnicity? So just think about that. Again, this is not a right or wrong question. This is a analyze what is going on in the world and using your experiences, explain whether there is a benefit or not. So why or why not, and then explain your thought process and your reasoning. And remember, sometimes you may feel one way or the other very strongly, and sometimes you might say, well, you know, there's a tiny benefit here, there's a negative connotation here, there might be a little bit of a situation where there are positives on one side and you can find negatives on the other, and so it is totally fine to kind of ride the fence there. So just take a deep dive and think about that. Again, there is not a right or wrong answer. It is simply your opinion based upon your experiences. When you are done with that journal, that wraps up session 12 on race and ethnicity, and you will be finished up with your first session inside of Unit 3. If you have any questions or concerns, not really sure what to do next, confused about an assignment, please make sure that you reach out to me via email. As you know by now, I'm only an email away, and I'm happy to help if you have any questions.